The last time you and him and Maui, had this kind of run was the last home game, the Knicks game, a few weeks ago. I guess, can you look back at that sort of first experience you had with that many minutes, that many shots to tonight? What did you learn from that? How did you apply it? Did it help at all, or what?
I think it definitely helped. I think a big thing was just being able to take away from that first game against the Knicks. I watched all the film. Chris sat down with me and watched all my minutes with me, and I was able to learn a lot. I think I did a better job in terms of, shot selection. I think that, on defense, obviously there's still room to improve. I think I was a little better than I was in the Knicks game, and we played a little bit of man tonight. We didn't do that the first time around, so that was good. But I think it was definitely good to get out there against the Knicks to be able to come out and do what we did tonight. I wish we could have got a win, but those guys were knocking down a lot of threes tonight, so it was tough.
Did you notice at all if I know Charlotte said, hey, they don't really know who's playing or what until maybe just before the game, but did they defend you differently, I guess? Maybe the Knicks, there's no film on you, for instance, or very little. And now there's a night like tonight when maybe there's a little bit of a scouting work. I don't know, did you notice anything like that in terms of how you were playing or what shots you did get?
Early in the game, they had Graham on me, and he wasn't giving me a lot of space, to start the game out. I'm sure they told him how I played against the Knicks, but it's nothing that, I don't think I could handle. So, just got to play through that stuff. It's part of playing, the scouting. So, yeah.
Eric's name.
What do you kind of feel like is the difference between what, a rep, a shot, a look, a possession might look like when you're playing with Giannis and Chris and Drew, and then what it might look like when it's just you guys kind of in one of these games? Because you've kind of gotten a chance to do both.
Yeah, I think, with this lineup, it's more, at times where, tonight they got me a lot of good looks, but it's a little more creating for myself, whereas, playing with Giannis, Chris, Drew, it's more, not being as aggressive in terms of trying to hunt my own shot, and instead just letting them do what they do, and I'll spot up and be ready to knock down a shot if they need me. So it's definitely different. Maybe one day I'll get there, but right now it's just me, doing my job, supporting them, and being there if they need me.
Defensively, what is it that you feel like you need to work on?
I think the big thing for me is just. I say just in terms of just help side, just staying locked in on that end. I think I'm all right on the ball. It's just, staying locked in with all our principles. It's different from the pack line I played at Louisville. So it's just learning the principles and staying locked in. I'm sure I'll get better. It's only my second game playing a lot of minutes. So, but I'm sure I'm going to get better. And, it's only, I take pride in getting better. So I'll get there for sure.
Dora Stevenson.
Hey Jordan, what's it like watching film with Chris? How long is it? How much is he talking? What's that session like?
It's really good, for me being able to learn from him. First off, and in terms of the length of the session, it can. The first time, I'm sure he's probably going to do it again after this game, but the first time was super long. I played 37 minutes, I think, that game against the Knicks, and we watched every minute. And a minute of going over it turns into can be 5 minutes just going over 1 minute of film. So it can end up being an hour, to 2 hours, sometimes longer. It just depends on what you're watching. But that specific time, it was quite a bit of time we spent watching it. He really broke it down with me. He's really trying to get me better. He sees a lot of potential in me. And I really appreciate it. It helps me a lot. Being able to learn from somebody like him, an all-star, and it shows, how much he cares in terms of just taking the time out to do that. Not a lot of guys, would do that for, a rookie, somebody new coming to the league. So it means a lot for me.
Did that surprise you, joining this team, that, one of the all-stars on this team would be willing to kind of donate their time, so to speak?
Yeah, it did shock me. I got a text from him. The first text was bring donuts to a flight. The first text was bring donuts, and then after that it was, we're gonna watch all your minutes on this flight. So, when you get on the plane, come sit next to me, and then that's what we did. We watched them, and it definitely took me off guard. I wasn't expecting it, but Chris is a great guy, and maybe it's something I should have expected. I was thinking I was going to go over with one of the coaches, so I really appreciated that, and I was able to learn a lot in that session, one-on-one with him.
Steve McGargy. Steve, go ahead.
When did you find out that there was a pretty good chance you're going to be playing more minutes than usual? Was this after the game last night or this morning? And I was also just wondering, how much more ready did you think you were going into night compared to the Knicks game a couple weeks ago?
Well, I knew I was going to play this morning, kind of like afternoonish, I'd say. That's when I learned, and I had more notice this time than I did against the Knicks. I found out I was going to play against the Knicks literally when I got here. Not even right when I got here. There's a little bit of time where I didn't know. I thought everybody was playing, and they said some guys were a little banged up. So, I knew a little bit earlier today, and the reason I knew is because I saw it on like Twitter or something. So yeah, I was able to get my mind right a little bit.
Hey, thanks, Jordan.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
guys. Appreciate it.